go. We're going to do something really fun tonight. I'm super excited about this. And this is all from the Dollar Tree. I take it back. These were $1 from Target, but everything else from the Dollar Tree, including my rice. We're going to make some gnomes, and it's going to be so stinking fun and cute. I have a sock. I am going to cut it kind of right at the heel, just like that. Next, we're going to fill it with rice. It's kind of a good idea to have something you can hold it over because rice can go places. And then what you have to do is you have to shake it down. Get it down in there, kind of. And here's where you can decide how big or how small you want your gnome to be. And you could even use baby socks if you wanted a little baby gnome, but I actually have another way to make a smaller gnome. So we'll keep getting that rice down in there. Keep stuffing it. You could use regular stuffing. The thing about the rice that's nice is it's inexpensive for one thing. It also is weighted, and so that really helps. Now, if you're worried about little weevils or whatever they are that can be in there, you can freeze it for a week. A little more. I'm going to make this a big fat gnome. I think that's good. All right, so now we're just going to push that down. I have a hair tie, the little tiny rubber bands, and I'm going to start with that, just wrapping it around. Just for safe keeping or for extra measure, I'm going to tie some string around it, just a small amount of string here. You can find the end piece. That will just make sure we're good to go. Now, if I used a white sock, I could, which I should do another one in white so I can show you the two different ways you can do a nose. So I'll get that tied off there. The other nice thing is you can really move this around to where you want it. I'm going to grab my white sock. So we're going to kind of do two at once. All right, so we're going to go back and we're going to do this sock again. From the dollar store. I'm cutting it at the heel and then filling it up with rice. So first I'm taking a rubber band and putting it around, but then for safe measure, I'm also taking a string and tying it. Let's start with this one again. I'm going to keep his body black, just like it is. So you can get fur at any of the craft stores. It's a bit messy, so I just cut a little rectangle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some hot glue. Got my amazing hot glue gun here. That on and around. And I'm kind of scrunching it a little bit so that it's not stretched taut at the top. It's actually kind of gathering. And then you can mess with it. Sometimes I like to round the corners a bit, but this is where personal preference can just totally come in. Again, from the Dollar Tree, these little mini hats that are birthday hats. And cut the string off. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to measure a bit how far up I want it to go. I'm going to put this sock on here, and I actually am putting the cuff part kind of up in there. So just play with it till you get it positioned the right way, and then I can see where I need to trim it. Okay, so we're going to trim right across here. So you can get multiple gnomes and hats out of socks depending on the size. So now again, I'm taking a rubber band, just doing that on the top. I'm making sure that the point is right there. See how that works? Okay, then we're going to set this down. So here, I'm actually first going to glue some of this sock to the edge of the hat. on the inside. And then I'm going to take the glue and put it all around inside the rim here. There's no seam since this is a sock, so I just put that on there like that. Looky there. For his nose, I have one of these half beads, and I'm going to drop that with hot glue on me. Get that. Glad I didn't try to catch that. And there is gnome number 1. Ta-da! A lint brush, but look how cute that is. With 2 socks, some fur, little wooden nose, and rice. Let me show you how you can do it with this guy. And see how he's tilted back? You can totally, based on moving the rice around, you can make him stand taller and more straight up. On this guy, we're actually going to make his nose out of the sock. So I'm actually pinching up, pulling up this little nose. And this is why you need a white sock to do the beginning. Okay, let me show this camera the nose. See how he's got his little nose there? I'm going to make it a little more prominent because I'm actually going to take a little bit of blush and we're going to give him a little pink nose. Next, we're going to do his body. Let's use this sock. This is one of the Dollar Tree socks. Cut it there. We're going to slip it over his body. Pull it up around his nose there. So we're going to just maneuver this a little bit. And you see how I pulled it and stretched it so his nose is underneath there. And then I'm going to take some glue. I think I'll grab my glue finger. So I'm pressing that down there. Then we'll take another little bit of glue here and pull this side over. And this is a fun sock because it's got the black on the heel. You can pull it up on the back side a bit as well. That doesn't have to be perfect because the hat is going to be covering that part. Next, we need our beard. Let's use a piece here. You want to cut out a little tiny rectangle right in the middle at the top for the nose. You might have to see how deep it needs to be as you're going. So I'm going to trim a little bit more. You know, I definitely wore the wrong thing. I am in black and it is going to be fully a mess. Okay, so now I'm going to secure his beard underneath his nose. And I totally saw this somewhere online. I cannot take credit for this design. And again, some of that top is going to be covered with his hat. I like a rounded beard. You could make a pointed beard. You could make it square. So there we go. Now we'll do his hat again. Again, I'm taking these little birthday party hats that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take one of the black socks to use as a hat for this one. Put it on, pull it up so it covers that up, and then try and get that center of the point in the center of the sock. About 1/2 inch higher is where you want to trim, and then take your little rubber band and flip it around. Ooh, I broke it. I broke it. These little ones are tricky. Now, I'm going to do some fun stuff after I get these 2 guys made. I'm going to show you how to make cobwebs with your hot glue gun. It's so fun. It's a little addicting. It's hard to know when to stop. So again, I'm going to put some glue under the rim and push this down. I need to make sure his beard comes up all the way, so I'm going to have to make some adjustments here. You don't want it just straight across unless your hat is quite a bit bigger. And the other thing you want to make sure of is that you get the nose up underneath the hat. So I'm putting a liberal amount of glue here on the inside rim. Don't have to worry about front or back because it's seamless. And again, because I'm working with him like this, he's leaning back. You can do other fun things with the top. You can just leave it like this. You also can put a little pom-pom up there. I have a little, it's not a very big one. It would be better if it was bigger, but a little pom-pom to stick there. Okay, let me move some of my fuzz over. Let me show you the 2 noses here over here on this. So this guy needs a little more glue. So here's the 2 guys. This one has a wooden nose, and this one I made the nose by pulling the sock. So here he's got a beard that's kind of going straight across. This one's got one like that. And then you can do other fun things. So like I have some little plastic spider rings and little plastic bat ring. We can glue some of those on. The black obviously won't show up on the black, so we'll put a little bat on this guy, and we'll put the orange spider on this one. Then the other thing you can do is you could wrap material around or just any number of things. I want to show you how with that same sock that I used for this guy, it has a jack-o'-lantern, and I'm going to trim just above the heel. I'm going to turn it inside out, and then if I had enough rubber bands, I've only got one more, so we'll do string at the top. Actually, I'm going to do string both places because I don't want this to leak out. So you're going to put a little rubber band at the bottom and tie string as tight across there as you can. And you don't even need to have to trim it. You can trim it a little if you want. And then we're going to flip it right back out. We're going to take our rice. We'll see if we have enough here. And we're going to fill this up with rice. And this would be a cute little thing to set next to one of your gnomes. You could use this. Okay, let's see how skilled I am. Try not to get rice everywhere. You're just going to tap it down, and we're going to tie across the top too. And if you had some orange embroidery thread, that'd be great, but really, you don't see this. You're going to see the little tails of it, but not too much. And so now you've got a little jack-o'-lantern with the rest of the sock. Here's one that's bigger and has a lot more rice in it, but both of these were the heel. Let me show you a really fun way, we're going to do it on this guy, to make cobwebs. This is so fun. So you need 2 pieces of styrofoam. Again, I got this at the dollar. And then you're going to take it and you pull it apart. You see those strings? It looks like cobwebs. I don't know that I want cobwebs in his beard. I just really want them on his hat. So I'm going to lay him down, just pulling that apart and letting all those glues. It's the only time that glue strings are fun and not a pain in the bahootie. Oh, that is so cute. Ooh, spooky. I'm not really big into Halloween decor, but having these spider webs makes me want to be. And so that's perfect with the spider web. If you don't like some, you can always pull them off. And so once it gets really on there, you can kind of peel some of it off if you need to. If I can get this just how I want it to be. I think you need to lay down, Mr. Gnome. There we go. That's good. Ta-da! Can you see his cobwebs? So cute. Okay, let's make some cobwebs for this guy. So super cute, super fun little gnomes with their little jack-o'-lantern. You can also get these little cauldrons. This was full of candy corn, not gonna lie. I don't really even like candy corn, but look how cute that is. So you can make a cute little vignette. I can't wait to make Christmas gnomes. Now I have one other way to make some gnomes that I'll show you another time. This is fun for tonight, don't you think? Give me some thumbs up if you like them. Da-da-da. So cute. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed.